Bring in Congresswoman Michele Bachmann from the state of Minnesota. Welcome, Congressman. Are you ready, Minnesota rather, are you ready to vote on this if it comes to you? Do you feel that there will be a deal within the next 48 hours?
Well, from all indications, there is no deal now. I left the House floor about 20 minutes ago. Leadership said there was no deal, and you just heard on your channel that there is no deal from the senators. But I will tell you this, the House members and the Senate members, Republican and Democrat, are taking this very seriously. We're working every waking moment, and I think eventually we will come to a conclusion. This is not a political issue. This is a very real financial issue that we're addressing full on. So I think we will see something. We recognize that there is a built-in deadline with Sunday evening because of the Asian markets that are opening. We need to instill confidence back into the marketplace. That's why it's so important that your viewers don't go out and have a run on the bank or sell things quickly. What we need to do is just keep cool, keep calm. We're taking this seriously. We don't want to make an unwise decision. We want wisdom in making the right decision, and I think we'll get there.
Are you getting that message across to your constituents?
That's why you're so helpful to let us get that message across to the Fox Business News channel.
What are you hearing? Thank you very much. But what are you hearing from them? Are they upset? Do they agree with you that this needs to be done?
Well, you're right. I think to a member of Congress, what we're hearing is no bailout for people who made mistakes, because 95% of the American people were wise and prudent with their money. Only 5% or so were not making their payments. And so people don't want to be making the payments for people who are unwise. We cannot be bailing out. If we're purchasing assets that we're going to get money back on, that's a different matter. And there are some relatively simple things we can do. Here's one. We have something called the mark-to-market accounting rule.
Right.
If we would suspend that accounting rule from 2003 to 2007, we would have a complete difference in the way that we value assets. There'd be no need for $700 billion.
Is that going to be part of the bill? Is that going to be, because that's a very important point.
I am hoping that it will be, because that is something that's not partisan. It's not philosophical. Republicans and Democrats can come together and agree to suspend the mark-to-market accounting rule from 2003 to 2007. That would dramatically lower the amount of money that we need to access.
Representative, what do you say to your constituents who might say, well, why are we only bailing out Wall Street? How about a little bit of a bailout for me? Because I know in your state of Minnesota, you too have problems in certain pockets with foreclosures. But what is the argument there? How do you defend that?
We shouldn't be bailing out anyone, and that is not what this would be. What we would be doing, the United States government would be conducting an asset purchase. And these assets, let's say, for example, a $15 million strip mall, it is worth $15 million, but because of the mark-to-market accounting rule, it's being wrongly devalued. If we get right valuation on these balance sheets, we aren't going to need a lot of assets to be purchased. That's what we want to avoid. We don't want Uncle Sam to be purchasing assets. We want to keep that in the private sector. So if we can change this accounting rule, again, not very sexy, but if we change that accounting rule, I think we can go a long way towards solving this problem.
All right. We should mention, by the way, for viewers who don't know you are a tax litigation attorney, so yes, you know about a lot of these accounting rules. You're familiar with them. Are the people like you who do know about how onerous some of these rules are on the cost of doing business having input in the way this thing shapes up?
Yes, certainly we are. And this is the marvelous thing. I'm really seeing partisanship, almost as every hour passes, being set aside, because every member wants to get a solution. This is really good.
Yeah,
I agree.
Good.
And we're putting that aside, and I think we're trying to get to the bottom line here, which is country first and the American people, and primarily to bring confidence into the marketplace. The longer we dally, the more we hype up people's lack of confidence. That's not good. We're trying to do just the opposite, quell lack of confidence. And I think we can get there if we just move with wisdom. I think we're going to get there.
All right, Congressman Michele Bachmann of Minnesota.